In man's struggle against the world, bet on the world. Beyond a certain point there is no return. This point has to be reached. First impressions are always unreliable. Don't bend. Don't water it down. Don't try to make it logical. Don't edit your own soul according to the fashion. Rather, follow your most intense obsessions mercilessly. Many a book is like a key to unknown chambers within the castle of one's own self. Youth is happy because it has the capacity to see beauty. Anyone who keeps the ability to see beauty never grows old. I write differently from what I speak. I speak differently from what I think. I think differently from the way I ought to think. And so it all proceeds into deepest darkness. You do not need to leave your room. Remain sitting at your table and listen. Do not even listen, simply wait. Be quiet, still and solitary. The world will freely offer itself to you to be unmasked. It has no choice. It will roll in ecstasy at your feet. Sleep is the most innocent creature there is, and a sleepless man the most guilty. By believing passionately in something that still does not exist, we create it. The non-existent is whatever we have not sufficiently desired. Books are a narcotic. I think we ought to read only the kind of books that wound and stab us. I have the true feeling of myself only when I am unbearably unhappy. He is terribly afraid of dying because he hasn't yet lived. I am a cage in search of a bird. It's only because of their stupidity that they're able to be so sure of themselves. Writing is utter solitude, the descent into the cold abyss of oneself. There is an infinite amount of hope in the universe, but not for us. I usually solve problems by letting them devour me. I cannot make you understand. I cannot make anyone understand what is happening inside me. I cannot even explain it to myself. I never wish to be easily defined. I'd rather float over other people's minds as something strictly fluid and non-perceivable, more like a transparent, paradoxically iridescent creature rather than an actual person. All language is but a poor translation. I am in chains. Don't touch my chains. Love is that you are the knife which I plunge into myself. You are the knife I turn inside myself. That is love. That, my dear, is love. Better to have and not need than to need and not have. A first sign of the beginning of understanding is the wish to die. The meaning of life is that it stops. I have spent all my life resisting the desire to end it. They say ignorance is bliss. They're wrong. I'm tired, can't think of anything, and want only to lay my face in your lap, feel your hand on my head, and remain like that through all eternity. You are at once both the quiet and the confusion of my heart. This tremendous world I have inside of me, how to free myself, and this world, without tearing myself to pieces, and rather tear myself to 1,000 pieces than be buried with this world within me. I need solitude for my writing, not like a hermit, that wouldn't be enough, but like a dead man. You can hold yourself back from the sufferings of the world. That is something you are free to do, and it accords with your nature. But perhaps this very holding back is the one suffering you could avoid. People label themselves with all sorts of adjectives. I can only pronounce myself as nauseatingly miserable beyond repair. Most men are not wicked. They are sleepwalkers, not evildoers. How about if I sleep a little bit longer and forget all this nonsense? We photograph things in order to drive them out of our minds. My stories are a way of shutting my eyes. What am I doing here in this endless winter? Written kisses don't reach their destination. Rather, they are drunk on the way by the ghosts. I dream of a grave, deep and narrow, where we could clasp each other in our arms as with clamps, and I would hide my face in you, and you would hide your face in me, and nobody would ever see us anymore. You are free, and that is why you are lost. All I am is literature, and I am not able or willing to be anything else. We need the books that affect us like a disaster, that grieve us deeply, like the death of someone we love more than ourselves, like being banished into forests far from everyone, like a suicide. A book must be the axe for the frozen sea inside us. They're talking about things of which they don't have the slightest understanding anyway. It's only because of their stupidity that they're able to be so sure of themselves. You are at once both the quiet and the confusion of my heart. Imagine my heartbeat when you are in this state. My guiding principle is this: guilt is never to be doubted. I have hardly anything in common with myself, and should stand very quietly in a corner, content that I can breathe. I can love only what I can place so high above me that I cannot reach it. I'm doing badly, I'm doing well, whichever you prefer. Believing in progress does not mean believing that any progress has yet been made. You can choose to be free, but it's the last decision you'll ever make. Even if no salvation should come, I want to be worthy of it at every moment. I am not well. I could have built the pyramids with the effort it takes me to cling on to life and reason. I'm thinking only of my illness and my health, though both, the first as well as the second, are you.